Hey everybody, let's talk about the moon in Capricorn, full moon and Capricorn. Hi, Lacey here. Hello. My first thought about moon in Capricorn is my husband who has a moon in Capricorn. So that's my automatic thought. The other thought that I have is, the body part that Capricorn rules, which is the teeth and the skeletal system, kneecaps. That's the body parts that Capricorn rules. So if you have a Capricorn moon person, when you go to massage them or give them some kind of pleasure, if they're not into paddling or you have the reverberation, then you can do like a massage like this, like on their back, like a massage where you just kind of pound them and then let their sort of flesh move around their body. Like, and that's a way to touch a Capricorn moon, putting it out there. Capricorn moons also don't, the moon is in what's called detriment here, which just means that the moon is in domicile, at home, most comfortable in Capricorn, right? So that's the axis we're looking at, right? We're looking at there's the sun in Cancer. I could misspeak. There's the sun in Cancer right now, giving us light and awareness around our home, right? How we feel at home, does our home run, right? Um, Cancer wants to be the source. It's cardinal, means it's initiative, right? Initiates connection, right? Water is connective. Once you put a droplet of water in a bunch of water, it dissipates and becomes one with water. It is not countable like Earth, right? It's not blowing through like the air signs, right? And it's not initiating fire or danger so much as fire signs might, but it can cause floods, right? Cancer, floods, flash floods. That's a whole lot of emotional information at one time. Cancer is known as the sign of the crab. So we are soft on the inside and like we have a shell on the outer side, right? Cancer people tend to be really good with business, really good with like home things, like real estate things, decorating homes. Home is sanctuary to a Cancer sun. We don't want to let anybody in who's going to disrupt our being the source. Cancer. So the moon in Capricorn, who wants to be at home, who feels at home in the sign of Cancer, is sort of in a bit of a valley, right? It's kind of a moody valley, that sun or that moon in Capricorn. It likes to grind and there is no quit, right? Capricorn is the sign of, it's a Saturn ruled sign. So it's a sign of maturity, right? Capricorn moons tend to be a little more austere or a little less happy-go-lucky, right? There tends to be more of a reality, right? What's reality to a Capricorn moon? And the mood doesn't always want to live in reality, right? It's a mood, right? So living in reality is kind of harsh. Capricorn is the sign of climbing, mountain goat, right? Climbing to new heights. Um, it's very altruistic, right? When I rise, we all rise. And so you can have Capricorns trying to make you rise, right? Sometimes it can feel, like that. But Capricorn loves the grind. It doesn't understand how others don't love a grind, right? So, yeah, let's talk about this moon and how it's going to affect our grind, how it's going to affect our business, how it's going to affect our goals, right? Achievements. Capricorn is a sign of achievements. Capricorn suns tend to like certificates and plaques and things that say, hey, I achieved, right? So achievements. Who can expect to achieve? Maybe how will we feel inspired to achieve? What will we maybe magically grind on all night just because we can? And it's going to support our future, right? So Capricorn also has an eye on the future, and it has an eye on the present and future. and the practicality. If we want to achieve this thing, what are the practical steps? What are the check boxes that we need to do, mark off, check off in order to accomplish this big goal? So Capricorns, excellent at helping you to focus and think about your goals. So they're really good with that. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you the transits. Actually, before I do that, I don't know why it has it on like a bunch of things, but I'm going to exit out of this. There we go. Thanks for being patient with me. It's interesting because normally I have everything like completely synced up, but I've been a little bit easier on myself lately. Yes, here. Okay. Transits, share. At any given point, I have lots of Luna charts. So when I go to share my screen, it's all, do you want to share these Luna charts? And I'm like, no, just the one. So I had to kind of exit out of the others that I was looking at because I'm constantly looking at charts. I grind on it, baby. All right. So on June 21st, 2024, we've got the sun 1 degree in Cancer, and at 5 p.m. Portland time, so West Coast, we've got the moon here, 0 degrees, applying, headed towards a 1 degree opposition, right? Now, oppositions are an opportunity for us to figure out balance, right? So this balance would be, what's the balance between home life and work life, right? What's the balance between nurturing and grinding, asking too much, right? That's the question here. Now, as I said before, the moon is ruled by Saturn. So Saturn, the planet of boundaries, maturity, delays, reaping and sowing, right? You make sure that you are sowing something because Saturn cares about reaping it later. This is why things get taken away from us and we don't like it. No, Saturn. It's like, so in astrology, we actually refer to as Capricorn, the sign of daddy, and Cancer, the sign of mommy, although both are yin signs, feminine signs, both are receptive, not like penetrative. So they're both feminine signs, but I still love the daddy and mommy because fuck all of it. So what is the balance between mom and dad, right? Kind of a deal. So home business, right? And this is ancient astrology that we're talking about. So please be heavily offended when I use these terms. Just kidding. All right. So who's in charge of this moon? Saturn is in charge of this moon, and Saturn is over here in Pisces. The moon loves to be in water and earth signs normally, with the exception of Capricorn, where the moon has a harder time being at home, feeling comfortable because it feels like it has to grind. It doesn't even feel like it has to. It just kind of does. There's kind of a joy to grind. There's a joy to responsibility. And sometimes, though, there's an at-homeness with responsibility and an at-homeness with getting by with little, right? Like they're the last to give themselves something, Capricorn moon. So keep that in mind as well. So Saturn, who wants to shore up Piscean vibes. So Pisces vibes are, anything that we watch to escape, to get away from, anything that allows us to look out at the abyss and kind of wonder what's out there, right? So Pisces loves film, Pisces loves music, Pisces loves animals, Pisces loves a hero, right? They love to come through for people. They love to swim away and ghost if they feel like they aren't coming through in a way that the people they care about will like, right? So Pisces is that. Pisces is the mermaid. Pisces is the mystic, right? Pisces is the spiritual leader, the pastor, the guru, right? Those are Pisces vibes. So Saturn wants to know if what you are sowing now, sort of spiritually, or if you have like creative projects, will they make you money in the future, right? So grinding on art projects could be a thing this night. Grinding on animal projects. Here's another thing you could have. So Saturn is also a significator of passing away or death. So not to be a downer, but there is the possibility of pets passing away. And and this is not a everybody, oh my God, your pets are gonna, eat it. No, it's more like forewarned, right? Forewarned, foreknowledge. So if you have a pet that's maybe been having a hard time, this could be a night that would be troublesome for some. Or if you know of people who have pets, keep them in mind. Say a little doggy mother, doggy father, doggy whatever, please, maybe keep them in your vibes, right? Keep them in your prayers, if you will. Because they could be going through something that night. So Saturn's in charge. And Saturn, so clarity will be hard to come by because Saturn's out here floating in a sea of feels, right? In a sea of escapism, right? That's part of what it's doing over here. Shoring up belief, shoring up, giving delays to all those things, right? So the mood is kind of more like an eye on business and home and creative projects that you might have going in. It's in a trine to Mars, so you may not feel particularly motivated. I thought, like, how cool would it be if you were, you go on a hike during the day, or if you're camping or something, this could be a good camping night. Like climbing a mountain, kind of feeling spiritually inspired. Mars is over here in Taurus, really loving to climb and look at nature and stuff like that. And then make sure you're comfy though, because Cancer, you need your tent or your place where you're staying to feel cozy, comfy, right? Clean, taken care of, right? Good, great night to, great day to listen to music and clean your home, something like that, right? You do that on this night. So yeah, those are my thoughts about a full moon in Capricorn. I know Capricorn suns. Oh, I also want to talk about who it's going to affect, because that is a thing here too, right? Because I want to talk about squares. Squares. So if you have cardinal in your chart, so Capricorn, Aries, Cancer, Libra, right? If you have any of those cardinal signs up in your chart, then this moon is going to be in a square, which means in a friction to you, right? Frictioning or opposing. So if you have Aries, Cancer, or Libra in your chart, you could feel more motivated to get things done, to get something started. Or you might get some kind of, friction coming from other people, right? So just keep in mind that pain is the best teacher, right? So if you're going through some kind of pain at this time, view it as something to be like, oh, how can I grow from this, right? That's like a really good idea. So just putting that out there as well. Squares tend to be less desirable things because nobody wants to like feel bad about things, but friction and pain can also be great teachers. So make room for a great lesson, cardinal signs, with this full moon. All right, I'll talk till the next full moon, babies, I'll talk to you later. Bye.